Hi there everyone and welcome again. It's Dr. Plessis with another quick presentation. What we found with the other presentations that we post on YouTube, that there was a few requests that we break down the presentations in smaller bite-sized bits, if you'll excuse the pun. So this is my first attempt in doing that. And as my first and most important step in my plan for weight loss or regaining your health is basically a lifestyle eating plan. Today's presentation will deal with 5 quick eating tips for weight loss. As I've discussed in the previous presentations, the most important step in any weight loss plan or wellness plan, eating plan, is to reduce the carbohydrates and white sugars in your diet. What happens with white sugars and carbohydrates and excess in the body is, firstly, it gets very easily converted into fats and it gets stored if you don't use up the energy that they produce or that gets produced from the carbohydrates and sugars. The second thing that's very important is that they tend to upset the body's chemistry. So what happens is they push the body into an acidic pH, which leads to inflammation, but also very important is that it upsets the mineral balance because calcium gets drawn out of the bones to try and balance or counter this drop in pH or an acidic pH. Also very important is that it can lead to all sorts of other problems with glycation in the body. So very important to remove all white sugars and refined carbohydrates from your diet. If you don't do anything else for your health or for your wellness or for weight loss, this is the one thing that you must use to remove the white sugars and the carbohydrates. I recommend that you remove pastas, bread, cereals, and rice from your diet. And please be very careful with hidden sugars, especially in soft drinks and also in processed foods. So the second step, very important, is to eat real food. And what do I mean by real food? Real food, fresh vegetables and fruits. If weight loss is your primary concern, I'll be careful with consuming too much fruit, as fruit is very high in sugar. And if you don't do enough exercise, and as most of us are office bound or behind the desk, behind a computer the whole day, a lot of this excess sugar will also be converted and stored in the body. So where possible, eat organic fruits and vegetables, but please don't let this stop you. So if organic fruits and vegetables are not available, it's still better to eat fruit and veg than to have carbohydrates and white sugar. Second thing is with real foods, lean meat, seafood, fowl and egg. Try where possible to have free range and grass fed, as these have not been altered in any way with growth hormones or with excess antibiotics. So very important to try and have it free range and grass fed. But once again, much better to have some protein than to have carbohydrates and white sugar. Please avoid processed foods because these are laden with chemical additives and other food preservatives. And these chemicals and food preservatives is not natural. They don't occur in nature in the food. And these will also upset your body chemistry. So normally a rule of thumb is if any foodstuff contains more than one ingredient, don't eat it. And it's very important to become a conscious shopper, and just become a little bit more aware of the foodstuffs that you eat. So whenever you buy something, pick up the packaging and have a look at the ingredients, and you'll often be shocked. So try and eat real food. So I always say shop the perimeter of the food store and stick to the proteins and the fresh fruits and vegetables. On that same note, I normally recommend that you increase your intake of green vegetables. The green vegetables are very high in minerals and very high in chlorophyll, which is very, very good for your body. And the easy way to get a lot of green goodness into your body is to look at juicing and to look at smoothies. And on my website, there is a little article on the green drink. And in future, I will make more recipes available for green smoothies and green drinks. I find that this is a very quick and easy way to get a lot of goodness from the greens into your body. If you look at your plate, very important to always try and get all the colors of the rainbow on there as far as the vegetables go. But as per usual, your staples should be the greens. Very important step is also to eat foods as close as possible to their raw state. And with this I refer to the vegetables in particular. Foods eaten in their raw state have the best digestive enzyme ability, so they get broken down and used in the body much easier. So they made available the nutrition from it, the protein, carbohydrates, the vitamins and minerals gets made available to the body much easier when food is in their raw state. Always remember that when you increase the temperature in any foodstuff, you destroy a lot of the nutrients. And one of the things to be very aware of is to try and never to use the microwave to cook your food. A good way to save time is to have raw vegetables and fruit, especially in salads and smoothies. It's really a time saver to make a quick salad in the afternoon, or just to put some vegetables and fruits in the blender and to make a quick green smoothie. Also, what I just want to mention here quickly is that the green food is very important for detoxification in the body. So very important to eat your green foods as raw as possible. One of the other tips that I normally give is to allow yourself to go hungry every day, at least for a little while. Intermittent fasting, very important for weight loss, as it allows your body some time to use up the reserves that it's got to produce energy to keep you going. So have 2 or 3 meals a day. Don't snack or eat any more than that. I also recommend not to eat until you are truly starving or until you're really hungry. And occasionally try and fast for a day or more. Don't eat for a whole day, because this will just force your body to burn some of the stores available to it. Very important as well to try and have breakfast after your exercise in the morning. So try and have breakfast a little bit later, but very important to have breakfast. And if you're going to have a meal at night, try and have it as early as possible, so that you allow quite a bit of time between your last meal and your first meal in the morning. And that's why breakfast is called breakfast, because it's breaking the fast. So just by having your breakfast a little bit later in the morning and having your last meal at night a little bit earlier, you also increase this period of time between your 2 meals, and just allowing your body to do or go through all the metabolic processes that it needs to go through, and also forcing it to break down your fat stores and using that as energy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this shorter presentation and that you've learned something from it, and I wish you health and happiness. What you can do with this presentation is that you have unlimited rights to reprint, republish, distribute, and copy the presentation in any form. The only condition is that I ask that you may not alter it in any way or charge money for it. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you.